on Osrc News at 7. Governor Ayedatiwa reaffirms support for the execution of Ondo's Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway section. Ondo State Government commits to completing 4.72 km Ogbonla-Ayetoro Road. Tech Fund unveils 2025 disbursement guidelines for public tertiary institutions. Grenade attack in Bogota kills 3 and injures 9 amid local gang conflicts. Video, welcome to the news. My name is Remy Allen. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa says all hands are on deck to ensure the successful realization of the 71-kilometer alignment of the state section of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Speaking at the second stakeholders engagement and project unveiling held at the Government House Banquet Hall in Akure, Governor Ayedatiwa thanked President Bola Tinubu for the initiative, noting its immense benefits to the people and the state's economy. The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to developing the state and promoting the welfare of its citizens. He also appealed for more support from stakeholders to help actualize his vision of a greater Ondo state. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports.
This is the second in the series of stakeholders engagement and unveiling of the 71-kilometer alignment of the Ondo State section of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project by the federal government. The meeting, held at the Government House Banquet Hall in Akure, brought together key stakeholders including members of the federal and state executive councils, traditional rulers and community leaders. Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, restated President Bola Tinubu's commitment to opening up new roads and completing existing ones across the country, with focus on promoting economic growth and development. He assured that all regions of the country will benefit from the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Senator Umahi dismissed public misconceptions about the project being wasteful or corrupt, stressing that it is both necessary and impactful. He noted that the Tinubu administration is addressing all inherited road projects following approvals from the Federal Executive Council. According to him, Section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Highway will be completed and ready for use within the next 12 months.
We will be writing you with this, unless there is disagreement this afternoon, to request that you do the revocation order on the route. That is what the law says. And so the route now has reduced from 75 to 71, and the overall cost, benefit is quite enormous. And we've eliminated bridges and also eliminated a lot of properties. So I'm very comfortable with this route, and the moment the governor and the ODAs are in agreement, then we'll be good to go, and that is the first stage.
Other stakeholders, including the Molokun of Atijere, Oba Samuel Adeoye Edema, Banji Okuomo, and Benson Obayelu, expressed their support for the project and pledged their community's cooperation to ensure its success.
We must know where is going to be the beginning of this portion of this coastal road. The fact that you are very close to our government, that means everything work out well. No sentiment whatsoever will impede our submission to everything that ensure successful execution of the project.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, while appreciating President Tinubu for the landmark project, emphasized its potential to transform the state's economy and improve the living conditions of its people. He assures that the state government will provide the necessary logistics and security arrangements to ensure the successful execution of the project, with all stakeholders carried along every step of the way.
We have not had it so good in recent times. Permit me to just mention a few of federal government intervention in Ondo State through road infrastructure. The Akure dual highway is ongoing and just been awarded by this present administration. All of you from the Southern Senatorial District already know that many lives have been lost on this road before now. But now, the dualization, that will make travel safer, easier for us. The Akure dual highway is also another road. Now, the people, the Lagos Coastal Highway, where the University of Technology Teaching Hospital, is also added by this administration. Not forget that aviation college have just been also approved to build in Nigeria. Now we will serve the entire Southwest. We have no doubt in our mind that Mr. President will still do more for our DST, especially the actualization of our deep sea port. Deep sea port, which requires an amendment, and very soon I believe that will be done, and then the investors can move in for the actual building of the deep sea port.
The governor described the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project as a shining example of collaborative governance between the federal and state governments aimed at fostering national development and improving the quality of life for Nigerians.
There is a road that also been a vision right now from Ola to Ayoto. With this coastal highway passing through the same corridor, and that will just be about 6.5 kilometers. I'm sure by the time the actual construction of this coastal highway will flag up and on I'm sure the Honorable Minister, myself, by the time we talk to Mr. President, that spot will be constructed along that line, apart from shoreline protection.
Governor Aiyedatiwa said the project underscores President Tinubu's determination to drive inclusive growth and development across the nation, with Ondo State standing to gain significantly. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
In the same vein, the Ondo State government has restated its commitment to begin the construction of the 4.72 kilometer Ubonla-Ayetoro Road in Ilaje local government area of the state. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa spoke during a visibility study visit to the project site, marking a preparatory step towards the commencement of the third phase of the Ubonla-Ayetoro Road project. Our correspondent Zimo Ebeme was there, and his report is presented from our studio.
Although construction on the road began several years ago, the current administration has renewed its commitment to advancing a third phase of the project. Following the completion of necessary paperwork, a team from the state government has visited the site for a feasibility study, signaling the commencement of actual construction is in sight. The governor was represented during the visit by the Secretary of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, Osopadek, Princess Abike Ilawole. Their first port of call was the Ubonla-Ayetoro River, where the contractor handling the feasibility study of the bridges along the proposed road alignment was already at work. Speaking during the visit, Princess Ilawole explained the significance of the feasibility study, emphasizing that it would ensure the successful delivery of the much anticipated project.
Still at the planning stage. With this stage, we are moving to the drawing, environmental impact assessment, then we'll bring in the contractor. This very year 2025, if God permits, our governor has promised that our people will see it physical. It will no longer be in the book. It's coming from Ubonla. It's dropping at Ayetoro. Even the day combine is still going to be at Ayetoro. But we are believing God. As it's getting to Ayetoro, we are not stopping there. the road is moving forward. So this road will go to, as God empowered us, is moving to, do I call it, the other part of Ugbo ward. So we have Ugbo ward 2 down, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where it's moving.
She appealed to the residents of the area to cooperate with the contractors handling the feasibility study, noting that the project would bring the much needed development. Tunde Nelson, Omoyoloye and Samuel Obe, who are part of the technical team, provided an update on the level of work already done and the plans moving forward.
So we combine it with geophysical survey. So the purpose is to design a bridge and a deck on pile, and before you do that you need to get some parameters to inform your design, in which we are having enough parameter now to do this design for our client.
In any design of road, a detailed investigation of soil is very vital, and that is what we are doing. All these things will enable the engineers to design the road in accordance with all those things we have seen.
It's expected to link several other communities. The development is also projected to catalyze the growth of the state's blue economy. Upon completion, the Ogbonla-Yetoro Road will further enhance the strategic potential of the School of Marine Transport and Logistics at Olusegun Agago University of Science and Technology, Okitipupa.
You're watching the news at 7. We're now going to a quick commercial break. Please stay with us.
How far, Niger? Welcome to the Glow Cafe app. Come in. Because it's time for an upgrade. Your own personal Glow Cafe app open 24/7. Welcome to bigger, better, smarter. Welcome to total control of your data, your airtime. Mama, I'll call you back. How you buy? I'll send you data. How you share and how you recharge. Movies, gaming, music, all in one place. Welcome to More Valley. Download the upgraded Glow Cafe app and get more data. Get 100% recharge bonus and get a massive 100 gigabytes data bonus when you register. Want it all? Download all this into this. Unlimited.
Many thanks for rejoining the news. 7 human stories. The Tertiary Education Trust Fund has announced the disbursement of the 2025 intervention cycle to public tertiary institutions in the country. According to the Executive Secretary of the Fund, Sonny Echono, each university will get the sum of 2.8 billion naira, polytechnics to get 1.9 billion naira, and colleges of education to get 2.1 billion naira. The Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Architect Sonny Echono, disclosed this at a strategic workshop with heads of beneficiary institutions on the 2025 disbursement guidelines in Abuja. He urged all heads of beneficiary institutions to ensure the full utilization of their 2024 and previous allocations while fast-tracking the procurement process to access their 2025 allocations. The Executive Secretary noted that, in line with the federal government's directives, all physical infrastructure development allocations for 2025 would be directed toward the upgrading, rehabilitation, and renovation of dilapidated infrastructure in beneficiary institutions. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has listed 357 persons for follow-up over the possibility of being infected with Lassa fever. This is following the death of a 31-year-old physician who returned from the United Kingdom on February 27, 2025 and died of Lassa fever on March 1, 2025. The physician was said to have been managed at a private health facility in Ondo State after returning from a trip abroad. Data obtained from the NCDC showed that 535 persons have been infected with the disease out of the 2,728 suspected cases across 13 states and 75 local government areas. It also noted that 17 healthcare workers have been infected with the disease in Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, Taraba, and Gombe. The NCDC added that the National Lassa Fever Multi-Partner Multi-Sectoral Incident Management System has been activated to coordinate the response activities at all levels. The Transmission Company of Nigeria says 4 of its towers along the Owerri-Auda 132 kilovolts double circuit line have been vandalized, resulting in their collapse. Mrs. Ndidimba, TCN's General Manager Public Affairs, who made the statement in Abuja, said the affected towers T171 to T174 were compromised, which led to their collapse. According to her, the towers were discovered after a failed trial reclosure that prompted a subsequent patrol. Mba added that a team of engineers led by Mr. Emmanuel Appa, the General Manager Port Harcourt region, had visited the site to assess the extent of the damage. She said the TCN was making frantic efforts to mobilize personnel and materials for the repair of the vandalized towers so that work power supply could be restored. You're watching OSRC News at 7. We're not going to break. Please just stay with us.
Go.
Thanks for staying tuned. For more news updates, you can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Moving ahead, as part of efforts to assess the impact of community-driven development initiatives in Ondo State, the Community and Social Development Agency, OSDA, a key implementing partner under the Ondo State Community Action Resilience and Economic Stimulus CARES program, has embarked on an outcome evaluation validation exercise. The workshop aims to validate the effectiveness of projects implemented under the CARES program while identifying areas for improvement to enhance the sustainability and long-term benefits of the initiative. OSRC's Omoshiliola Adesoyajayi now reports.
Ondo State Community and Social Development Agency is one of the delivery platforms for the implementation of Community Action Resilience and Economic Stimulus CARES program in the state. The project, which started in 2021 as a way of mitigating the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak on people, has as its focus health, education, water and sanitation. Speaking at a one-day evaluation workshop, the Permanent Secretary and General Manager, Ondo State Community and Social Development Agency, Mr. Boso,
intervened in practically the 18 local government areas of the state. And to date, from our own assessment, what we have been able to disburse is over 1.6 billion since 2022. Where we have facilitated programs, local government have played very important roles in granting approvals before we intervene in all our communities.
Presenting the evaluation findings, a lead consultant, Professor James Okunola, highlighted the successes recorded in areas such as water provision and sanitation facilities, classrooms construction, and basic health centers, as well as support for community-based economic activities.
One of the purposes of this project outcome evaluation is that there are specific monitoring and evaluation indicators that is the World Bank standard that they are supposed to follow. And that is what we normally use for outcome evaluation. And we went into it to be able to see how those indicators operated and how it has led to the effect of this project.
Others noted that all the projects implemented by the agency have strengthened economic resilience and social welfare across benefiting communities. In an interview, the state coordinator on Ondo Cares, Mr. Bamidele Daisy, expressed satisfaction with projects facilitated by the agency.
I'm well pleased with community association. It's one of the best delivery platform that we have in the state, and it has really done well. It has raised the trade.
Also, the operations manager, Mr. Olumide Igbaruola, and his monitoring and evaluation counterpart, Mr. Frederick Akinjalano, said the move became imperative in order to assess the impact of its interventions.
We're able to actually measure the outcome, measure the impact of the project, not just the output of the project. So that is the essence of what the impact evaluation workshop, validation workshop that we held today. So that is so that everybody will be on the same table, everybody will be able to see what we've been able to do.
Academicians are invited to look into the report, and even other stakeholders looked at it from their own end, and with this one they will come up with a robust report that will be acceptable even to the World Bank and other stakeholders.
Other stakeholders applauded the government's drive for development at the grassroots. No fewer than 100 communities and 6 groups have benefited in over 300 micro-projects across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
Following the factual controversies surrounding some members of the All Progressives Congress APC, former President Muhammadu Buhari has reaffirmed his membership of the All Progressives Congress APC and would like to be addressed as a loyal member of the party. Buhari, in a statement by his spokesman Garba Shehu, says he wants to leave no one in doubt that he will never turn his back to the party that gave him 2 terms of office and would do whatever it can to popularize it. Garba quoted the former Nigerian leader, "I am an APC member and I like to be addressed as such. I will try to popularize the party by all means." He posited further that he has nothing but gratitude for the support that the party gave him before and during his tenure as president, which he could never ask for anything more. Another liquid. No fewer than 32 individuals have been convicted of internet fraud by various courts in Ibadan, the state capital. The convicts were prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibadan Zonal Directorate, on separate one-count charges bordering on impersonation and cyber-related offenses. The Federal High Court sentenced the fraudsters to varying jail terms and community service. This was disclosed in a statement by the EFCC's head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale. According to the EFCC, The convicts pleaded guilty to their respective charges and were sentenced accordingly. The EFCC reiterated its commitment to clamping down on internet fraud and other financial crimes across the country. At least 4 persons, including an auto technician named Rotimi Adeleye, lost their lives and over 16 vehicles were burnt in a tanker explosion at the Otedola Bridge along the Lagos Expressway. The explosion was triggered by a 30-ton tanker carrying gas products owned by a nearby gas station. The chairman of the Mechanic Association at Advanced Mechanic Workshop in the area, Kolawole Shola, revealed that Adeleye was caught in the explosion while attempting to drive a customer's 016 Highlander to safety. The victims, who lost their means of livelihood, pleaded with the state government and emergency agencies for assistance. Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Corps, in a statement issued by a spokesperson, Olusegun Ogungbemide, noted that their swift action prevented further destruction and potential fatalities. He urged the public to remain alert and report any emergencies to the FRSC or other relevant authorities through their toll-free emergency line 122. Tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports into the United States have come into effect, intensifying the global trade war sparked by President Donald Trump. South Korea, which is the 4th largest supplier of steel to the US, says the tariffs are unfair. Blessing Obe has details.
Signs of the economic impact of an industry in decline are everywhere in the city.
In Pohang, the steel industry accounts for more than 50% of the local economy. Given the industry's downturn, the entire local economy is suffering as well. As a result, commercial vacancies have appeared in the downtown areas, and jobs for local workers are disappearing, making the situation very difficult.
The city's problems are compounded by a crisis at a national level, with the ongoing political uncertainty following the impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol, leading the government seriously impaired at a critical juncture.
The acting president stated the US's America First policy is shaking the world and causing turbulence in the global order.
Still smarting from President Trump singling out of South Korea in a speech to Congress last week for imposing unfriendly tariffs, the fear is many other products beyond steel could be targeted with reciprocal punishment. And the same kind of pain Pohang is suffering now could be the fate of many more cities in the future. Blessing Obe, Osrc News.
A grenade attack by a local gang in Colombia's capital has killed 3 people and wounded 9. The mayor said weeks after a similar attack in the same neighborhood. The mayor also said he had ordered Bogota police to intensify pressure on local gangs and capture their leaders. Bogota Police Commander Giovanni Cristancho stated that the grenade attack was in response to a conflict between two local organized criminal groups that are fighting over turf. The capital's central San Bernardo neighborhood, traditionally a furniture manufacturer,